Hello YouTube, it's your boy T, and I'm just gonna show y'all like you know, an idea to get y'all mind to understand the marketing scheme of Nvidia when it comes to their cards, and so y'all can get familiar with it. Now the price might be outrageous, I agree with that, but when it comes to performance, I would say if it's an upgrade in performance from the previous gen, I would say yes. Once you get past the 4060 Ti, that is, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. And the links are in the description for every GPU that I discuss. There's links in the description that's link you to Amazon.com. And once you click on those links, it'll probably give you a discount or whatever the case may be. If you get any type of 4070 series or above card, you will actually get you a Island Wake 2 for free. Alright, here we go. Hear me out. Okay. This is what I say about these two cards. The 40 series is a pro version of the 30 series. Hear me out. Let me explain to you why. So look at the 4060, right? Look at the 3060. Let's go back down to the 2060 Super. That was a TI version of that. Boom. Boom. That was a big upgrade, right? Okay. Let's go back down. 1060. Boom. Now, when it comes to the 60 series, that's a super version though, so I don't think that counts. Yeah, that don't count. You gotta do 2060 regular. Boom. Now, that was a big upgrade from the low end cards. Agreed. Agreed. And the only reason I say agreed is because when you go to this, boom. Okay. But then again, boom. Okay? Now once you get to the TI versions, they really only can do so much with upgrading. And let me explain to y'all why. This is gonna shock y'all. It might not. Now did I compare the 2070 with the darn what's the name, bro? Yeah, I don't only think I compared it with the right one. So the two, yeah, okay. Now y'all see what I'm going with this? Hold on. 1060. Boom. Okay. Let me go up. 1070. Boom. Same card. Okay. 2070. Slightly faster. 1080. Slightly faster. 1080 Ti. The top of the line cards. I heard a rumor that all the 3070 beat every single card that was in the 2080. But they didn't even have a 2080 90. They just had a 2080 Super, 2080 Ti, and a 2080 regular, right? Then they got a 2060. Who getting this card? Like, who's getting this card? Now, this card is outperforming the 1070 by not that much. But that makes sense, though. Hold on. So the 2060 with 12 gigs is basically the 2070 in performance wise, right? In performance wise. In performance wise. But then when you go to the 1080, 20%. Remember those percentages. Now y'all getting the pattern right now? Let's go back to the 980. 980 Ti, man. Boom. Now that was a big jump. Notice that, right? Let's go back. 2080, 26%. 980, 56%. 980 Ti from 1080 Ti. But the upgrade from 1080 Ti to 2080 Ti, 26%. Right? Guess what? The same card. Let's go back. The other percentage. What did I do? Let's go back to 980. 73%. No copy. 30% faster than the 980 Ti. The 1080 is 30% faster than the 980 Ti, right? the 2080 is the same car as the Ti. See what I'm saying? The 2080 did no improvement. When the 2080 Super came out, which is arguably 6% faster, that's nothing. But let's go to the 980 Ti again. Like I said, let's go to 980 Ti. 56%. That's double the performance, right? The Ti version of the 20 series is not doubling their performance at all. If not, they equal as in performance. So that's why I said that the 20 series, every other year, they make a pro version of your card or your favorite card. Like the 3080 had to make a pro version of that. And what they did was made the 40 series, which is a pro version of the 30 series. Hands down. But you could say the 4080 was like they upgraded cards, like they high-end cards. Like that was basically them replacing the 3090 and the 4090. Oh no, take it back. The 3090 and the 3090 Ti with the 4080 and the 4090. Let me explain why. Because the only close performance to the 3080. And if y'all want me to go even further back, I don't want to go that far back because back then it was way easier. It was no shortage or nothing for them to make a big upgrade. It wasn't really a big upgrade from a 7080 Ti to a 970, but the 980 was 40% faster, and that was a different timeline. That was a different time zone. It was way easier for them to get y'all to buy multiple GPUs and shit. It was SLI bridging going on, so that was a different timeline, right? Different timeline, right? So, should I go ahead and go to the 780 Ti real quick? We might as well. Links are in the description now for all the new GPUs that you want to buy. But this was $400 when it came out. Look at this. 780 Ti. Look how far gone they were. Now that was a big jump in performance when it came to GPUs. But it does this every other year. Y'all acting like, oh, the next generation is supposed to be 50% more powerful than the recent cards. It's not always like that. This is the only time that happened. This is probably the only time it happened. And then the 10 series was like the peak of NVIDIA performance bridge. Because once you go to the 20 series, you're basically buying the same card. You might get 20% more performance, but what's the point? You can keep the 1080 Ti because you're getting the same performance as a 2080. The only thing different, you don't have ray tracing. You don't have ray tracing. And then maybe the multi-rendering is faster. Like you can probably render videos a little bit faster, but it's the same thing. It might give you more performance on Fortnite, but it's the same thing. On Dota 2, it got more performance on it. It's basically equal on all scales. It's not like it was a big jump in performance. Maybe on, whatever that is. I think it's World of Trains or some shit like that. Or World of Tanks. I mean, The Witcher 3, I could say maybe it did better with it. It get better architecture, but I wouldn't upgrade from it. If I'm going to upgrade, I'm going to go straight to the Ti. That would be the only thing. But I would say, as of now, the best upgrade would be, and I'm gonna explain to y'all why it's the best upgrade to do this. If you have a NVIDIA card, okay, this is the best upgrade. Boom, that's the best upgrade right now. Believe it or not, let me tell you why. Boom, that could be the best upgrade right now. Upgrade from the 3070 Ti to that. Okay, that's not the best upgrade. Now that's the best upgrade right now. When you're getting 50% more performance, then that's when it's. But the price is what's messing it up. But I'm just telling y'all what's the upgrade to. The links are in the description. If you have a 3060 Ti, you can upgrade to the 4070, and if you have a 3070 Ti, you can either upgrade to the 4070 or get the 4070 Ti or the 4080. You'll be happy with getting a 4070 Ti right now because it will be good to get it on sale when it comes when bundles. It's better. But hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. The links are in the description. Like I said, we've been getting spinned around like this. The 40 series is just the pro version of the 30 series. When the 5000 series come out, then that's when you're going to see a spike in performance on the lower end cards. They always do it with the higher end cards, but this is the first time the higher card actually is 100% more better than their high end cards. Like this, bro, the 4090 is knocking on the wall of the 5000 series, technically. So if the 5000 series come out, don't be surprised that the 5080 is not as fast as the 4090, because you gotta think, look how much more performance it is. It's almost double the performance of the 3090 Ti. I mean, look at that. I mean, about 20%. They basically in the same rankings. And then this is basically the same card as the 3080. Like when I compare this to the 3080, this is slightly faster by 2%. That's nothing. But guess what? It's a 70 series card. Now, the way how they launched it, this was supposed to be the pro version of the 3080, but people got mad at the 12 gigs of VRAM, so they remarketed it. So hit the link in the description and go buy you a 4080, supposedly 4080 Ti, right? Go buy that, right? It'll say 70 on it, but it'll give you 3080 performance pro version. If you have a 3060, a 2060, or a 2080 Super, because the 2080 Super is about the same performance as a 3060 Ti, give or take. Because they didn't really do a big jump from the 60 series cars. The 60 series cars and the 50 series cars didn't do a big jump like they did with the 2060. The 2060 was a big jump from the 7060 or the 750. Like the 1050s, that was a big jump from the recent years, like the 950, the 750 Ti. Like if y'all know what the 750 Ti was, that was a king of its time for 1080p gaming. You can actually play a lot of games at 1080p. I was playing Battlefield 4 getting 60 frames per second on that card at 1080p. But I had to lower some settings down, but I was able to do it. But hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. Y'all let me know. Links are in the description. You go to Amazon.com. You click the link that's down there, and you go ahead and get you a deal, man. They got all the little stuff. Get Alan Wake 2. And I'm not saying that you should buy these cards, but if you feel like you in need to get 1440p, or you want better performance, or you want to future-proof your system, I would say get a 4070 or more. If you get a 4060, bro, you need to get slapped. And the only reason I say that is because what's the point of getting a 4060? It's not doing no jump in performance. The 4060 Ti is only 13% faster. The only thing that's actually making sense, this is actually 50% faster than the what's the name, and it's also 20% faster than the 30 Ti. Like a 3070 Ti is basically the same performance as the 3080 Ti. For a 70 series card, giving you the performance of a 3080, they basically just gave you a pro version of the 3080. The 4060 Ti is basically the same card as that. Like I don't know how. Yeah, that the 4060 Ti is supposed to be kind of equivalent to a 3070 or 70 Ti, but I don't know how, bro. I just don't know how, bro. Because if you look at the 3070, it's nowhere near this, man. They about the same. If not, they the same card, if anything. That's crazy. Like I had to sit there and look at that and notice that the 3070 is way faster than the 4060 Ti by 2%. So like, if you're gonna upgrade, man, I would say upgrade to anything that I just put in link in the description. Go upgrade to those. Thank you for watching. Yeah, Nvidia messed up big time when it comes to pricing. Yes. Now, one thing I will say, yeah, the VRAM is not as big or whatever, but that's like comparing CPU cores with recent CPU cores. That's like comparing a 12 gen with like a 9th gen Intel that had 24 cores to a one that has 12 cores and only 20 cores. The other one has 24. Yes, it has more cores than that 20 cores, but this version has a higher clock speed, or it has better managing and power. It might run faster. You don't know. It might have better cache, different updates, different software that make it run even better than that card. Like, that's what I'm saying. Cores and clock speeds does not make the card. It's the model of the card. So just because if that was the case, that means the 3080 or the 3080 that had 8 gigs. I think they had an 8 gig version. No, if that was the case, that means the 3060 with 12 gigs will beat the 3060 Ti, but it doesn't. And the 3060 Ti has 8 gigs. So VRAM don't mean nothing. Don't listen to the bull crap that's on the internet and get lost in the sauce with the VRAM. The VRAM will get you lost, and I'm just letting y'all know that at this moment. Because if you buy a card and you get disappointed in it later on in the future, where the card does not run like it's supposed to after all the updates in these newer games, and the 40 series is just doing better with lower VRAM, don't get mad at me. Hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. Again, link in the description.